Welcome back to the road to Rebirth. This time, I'll be talking about The Lost World Jurassic Park. The Lost World Jurassic Park is an American science fiction film directed by Steven Spielberg. It is based on the 1995 book of the same name, once again by Michael Crichton. This film serves as an unofficial remake of 1925's The Lost World, based on Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's book. This time, David Koepp took over all writing credits. The film was released on May 23, 1997, and produced by Universal Pictures and Amblin Entertainment. The film grossed $618.6 million on a budget of $73 million, making it the second highest grossing movie of 1997, right after Titanic. The film received mixed reviews upon release, but it has gained a cult following over the years. Before discussing this film, I'd like to say something about Jurassic Park having sequels. I am sick of hearing people say Jurassic Park didn't need sequels and the only good movie is the first one. Claiming that Jurassic Park didn't need sequels is a sentiment that can apply to any first installment in a franchise. No one asked for these sequels, but they were generally well received. Sequels for Jurassic Park were planned from the start. Steven Spielberg even encouraged Michael Crichton to write another book to provide material. I understand many people consider the first film the best, but dismissing the sequels as having no value is laughable. Anyway, let's talk about The Lost World. 4 years after the events of the first Jurassic Park, John Hammond loses control of his company, Engine, to his nephew, Peter Ludlow. Facing bankruptcy, Ludlow plans to use the dinosaurs from Engine's second island, Isla Sorna, to create a new dinosaur theme park in San Diego. In response, Hammond sends a team to the island to document the dinosaurs and promote a policy of non-interference. However, conflict eventually arises between the two groups. This one is a bleak, cynical, and sarcastic tone that differs from the first movie. Despite this tonal shift, it works well. However, some aspects feel incomplete. For instance, there is a scene where Roland and Ajay observe Junior in the nest, but we abruptly cut to Junior tied to a stake with a broken leg. A deleted scene explained how Ludlow accidentally broke Junior's leg. Other vital details were cut, such as Kelly encouraging Malcolm to pursue a relationship with Sarah. These issues may stem from the film's production, as Steven Spielberg and Koepp had differing visions, resulting in 9 different drafts. This is highlighted as some aspects of the writing feel off. For example, Sarah Harding keeps the vest stained with Junior's blood, even though an animal behaviorist should know the dangers. I could understand if it were another character, but her choice to keep the vest doesn't make sense. The film features familiar species from the first installment, alongside newcomers that get a chance to shine, including Stegosaurus, Mamenchisaurus, Pachycephalosaurus, and Compsognathus. The last of these highlights that even the smallest species can be deadly. The Velociraptors return, and although their role is not as prominent as before, they still pose a significant threat and show gender dimorphism, with males sporting tiger stripes. The T-Rex is back too, this time as a family unit. The male is green with facial scars, a throat waddle, and more pronounced brow ridges, while the female retains the brown coloration from the first film. Additionally, they have a male infant referred to as Junior. Like the first film, the dinosaurs are brought to life through a mix of CGI, animatronics, and puppets, and they look just as good, if not better. Dr. Ian Malcolm, once again played by Jeff Goldblum, returns with a more grounded demeanor. His attitude has become more earnest, persuasive, and sensible, likely due to the trauma he experienced in the first film and the aftermath of this public discrediting. For the new cast, we have Sarah Harding, played by Julianne Moore, Ian's girlfriend and an animal behaviorist. She is adventurous but can be sometimes a bit ungrateful. Nick Van Owen, played by Vince Vaughn, is an experienced documentarian, photojournalist, and environmentalist. He comes off as amiable, cocky, and comedic. He is passionate about animal rights and engages some questionable actions to save the dinosaurs, putting others at risk. Kelly Malcolm, played by Vanessa Lee Chester, is Ian's daughter, who stows away on the trailer with him. This character is a combination of 2 characters from the Lost World book, Kelly Curtis and R.B. Benton. Oh, and she gymnastic kicked the raptor out the window. But hey, kids duped the previous film's raptors. Eddie Carr, played by Richard Skiff, is a field equipment expert. Despite his meek, slow appearance, he is quite intelligent and knows his stuff about weaponry. He also probably has the most brutal death in the franchise. Peter Ludlow, played by Arliss Howard, is Hammond's nephew, appointed as CEO of InGen. While he's not the most evil of Jurassic antagonists, his greed and disregard for others make him a character you love to hate, making his demise at Junior's teeth very satisfying. Roland Templo, played by Pete Pothaway, is a big game hunter who helps InGen in exchange for hunting a Tyrannosaurus, specifically a Bach. Despite his abrasive nature, he has a compassionate side and a code of honor. His friend Ajay Sandhu, played by Harvey Jason, is a hunter of Indian descent. This raises an important issue that must be confronted. The casting of this role involves brownface. There was no excuse for this back then, let alone now. An actor of Indian descent should have been cast for the role. I'm not bringing this up to get people to hate the movie. You can like something, but addressing its problematic aspects is important. Peter Stark, played by Peter Stormare, is the second in command of the InGen group under Roland's control. He comes off as apathetic and even antagonistic towards the dinosaurs. Dr. Robert Burke, played by Thomas F. Duffy, is a paleontologist for InGen's team and is inspired by George Basilton from the novel. He is also a parody of real-life paleontologist Robert Bakker, whose ideas often contradicted with Jack Horner, the paleontology consultant for the first 4 Jurassic films. Horner claims that Spielberg created Burke to be killed by the T-Rex as a favor to him. After that, Bakker clapped back, saying, "See? I told you T-Rex was a hunter!" John Hammond returns briefly, once again played by Sir Richard Attenborough. He has worked to redeem himself after the Isla Nublar incident by preserving Isla Sorna. His grandchildren, Tim and Lex, also briefly appear, once again played by Joseph Mazzello and Ariana Richards. Despite its issues, The Lost World Jurassic Park is an enjoyable film for what it is, and deserves credit for trying a different tone from the first movie. On my rating scale, I'm going to give The Lost World Jurassic Park 4 stars. So that is my review of The Lost World Jurassic Park. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Next time I will be reviewing the final film of the park era, Jurassic Park 3. See you soon!